On this week's GTA 5 o'clock, ill-gotten gains come to GTA Online. New vehicle wraps, weapons and clothing on the way. Plus, could we be getting new properties as well? It's all here on this week's GTA 5 o'clock. Hello and welcome to this week's GTA 5 o'clock. I'm your host James Jarvis, and this week I'm joined by co-host Iain Wilson.
Hello.
Hello. Sorry, I was going to say Mr. Trophy and I haven't.
That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
It's all right.
It's because I'm very excited about the news this week.
Yeah.
As if Rockstar wanted to stop us talking about the mysteries, they've released some new content which is coming out next week called Ill-Gotten Gains. Now, Rockstar say this is due to a surge in high-end crime across southern San Andreas, and the demand for luxury goods and services is at an all-time high. So there's loads of new things coming in this content update, starting with a few new vehicles and vehicle wraps now, Iain.
Yes. Yeah, so we've got some new cars to start off with. There's the Benefactor Sterling GT, and then also the Pegasi Osiris, which are both kind of quite sporty cars, which have got these fancy gull wing doors that open upwards.
Very nice.
So yeah,
yes.
It's pretty good to sort of get tricked out with that. We've also got the Enos Windsor, which is another luxury car, and this is the one that they've said has got the vehicle wraps inspired by the high-end designers of Rockford Hills.
Yeah, this is the one with the crazy pattern all over it.
Yeah.
Which actually, I think it looks quite good.
Yeah, it definitely looks different. No, the description says it's the Enos Windsor with 8 vehicle wraps. Whether these vehicle wraps are limited to just that particular vehicle or whether they're going to be available for other ones maybe with this pack or a later date. I guess it might be something that they open up at some point so you can have these different designs on whatever vehicle you want.
Yeah, and if you don't fancy that, you can go down the more classic route of the Albany Virgo. That's a nice old school kind of sporty car.
Yeah, it might look familiar. It's actually been in the GTA series since Vice City in various forms. But this is the first time that it's appeared in GTA 5. But yeah, it's a nice sort of retro vehicle.
And if you don't fancy the road, there's also some other flying vehicles that we've got. You can go to Elitus and get a solid gold Buckingham Swift Deluxe.
Yeah, that's it. A solid gold helicopter.
Yeah, I don't know how that would fly.
No, that would seem to... I'm sure that would affect the aerodynamics somewhat, but... yeah, that looks pretty swish. I think if you rocked up in one of those, people would definitely take notice of you.
Yeah, so if you've been doing a lot of heists, this is a good way to spend all your money. I imagine the solid gold vehicles are going to cost you an obscene amount.
Exactly,
of money, because I mean, helicopters and planes aren't cheap.
No,
at the best of times.
No, say there is as well as the helicopter. There's the solid gold Buckingham Luxor Deluxe. That's double deluxe. So yeah, solid gold plane as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty good.
And then if you want to look all fancy, there's a whole load of new clothing options. We can see, I think, 3 different sets in the screenshots. There's the one of the guy sitting in the strip club with his colourful jacket on. And then there's the one outside what we think is the Playboy Mansion. Yeah,
it's an interesting one, this. Yeah, you've got one of the new high-end vehicles and the new outfits. Now, looking at it, I reckon that's definitely the mansion in Richmond that is obviously styled on the Playboy Mansion. So it's interesting whether they've staged that particular shot just because that is quite a nice, fancy location to have a shot, or whether... that's maybe hinting at the fact there might be potentially some more properties coming up that you might be able to unlock.
That's what I would like to think has happened here, because all the other shots are like where you'd expect the vehicles to be. Like they're just on the road or in the sky. They're not really staged. I mean, they're obviously staged, but they're not staged with any kind of reference in the background.
Sure.
But this is like got a very specific location in there. Now, I don't think you're going to be able to buy the Playboy Mansion.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, love it if you could.
It'd be good, yeah.
I mean, but then we'd end up with everyone owning the Playboy Mansion again.
Yeah.
But it'd be nice to get some really big sort of mansions to go and own. And yeah, as you say, it could be hinting towards a whole load of new properties.
I guess it would make sense if they're saying that people have got all this money from doing the big heists, and so yeah, that would be the next logical step, I guess, would be to own some more impressive looking properties rather than like a fancy penthouse in a sort of a tower block is still just a flat in a tower block at the end of the day.
Yeah. However, if it doesn't come in this update, we do know that this is only part 1.
Yes.
And part 2 is coming a bit further down the line. So whether this is you're getting all the vehicles and the weapons and the other stuff now, and then they're going to bring in big new mansions in part 2, that could be a thing.
Could happen, yeah.
So, yeah, we have heard about this quite a while ago as well. I think 4 weeks ago, Rockstar hinted that there's something very new, cool toys coming for you to enjoy, to flaunt with your ill-gotten gains, they actually said.
Yeah.
So that was a good little hint.
Yeah, exactly.
So maybe new properties, a whole load of new vehicles, and weapons and clothes.
Yes.
So that's a very brief GTA 5 o'clock this week. We'll be back next week when this pack releases, and we will be showing off all of the new ill-gotten gains and flaunting them around Los Santos.
Hopefully so.
So until then, we'll see you next week at 5 p.m. BST.